We got that Chuckler, man. We ain't did on that Chuckler in a minute, man. His videos been getting long, no diddy. But we got that Chuckler, man. I'm excited to be reacting that Chuckler. I'm gonna start back reacting to more of that Chuckler too, man. So make sure y'all give the video a thumbs up. It also help with the channel and the algorithm and push out for we can have a better and bigger, more fan base. So stop what you're doing right now and get this video a thumbs up. Get this video a thumbs up. Let's go ahead and get into it.
No good, sort of like a Stephen King novel.
I would have watched like
kids would often hang out together in a place that was called. It was a creek nestled deep in the woods, and they would hang out, swim, camp, all that. One of the kids who often hung out there, right, was 15-year-old Danielle, Locklear.
Hey guys, how you feeling? Good, because I wanted to know. Anyway, so what should we talk about today?
Danny was funny. She was witty. She posted videos often on YouTube of her just playing around, having a good old time. And she was a happy-go-lucky girl. In 2014, Danny was living in Hope Mills with her aunt and her aunt's family. Her own parents were going through a divorce that was highly acrimonious out of state. So it was figured best not have Danny around in DC in this. So moving to Hope Mills was kind of a fresh start for Danny, but she fit in right away. Like this wasn't a stranger in a strange land, it was like she'd always been there. She had her friends. She had a fella named Jemima. She got on really well with her aunt's family in the school and all. She quickly became super popular. She was a very good academic performer too. The love between herself and Jemichael, it was one of those very cute, all-consuming sort of teenage relationships. You know yourself. I don't, but maybe you do. They were always around each other, described as a very cute couple. They, like most teen couples, would break up for a few days over something silly and then be back together. Jemichael was known as a good kid, a varsity runner, never got in trouble, and was very focused on becoming a Marine.
Yeah, no, I don't really.
After school. By the time March 2014 kind of rolled around, Danielle had been living in the town of Hope Mills for about 10 months. A good-ass 10 by all accounts, 8 of those months with Jemichael.
Damn.
Danny was growing fast, but 15, still a child. And so it was that on March 10th, 2014, that was when her aunt and her grandmother had to go out of town, and her mom was out of town too. So, well, family still wasn't okay with leaving her by her lonesome, so Danny was to stay with her grandfather. He was to keep an eye on her. The next day, March 11th, that's when Danny goes to her LL father, her grandfather, right? She says to him, listen, it's getting late, but I gotta drop a notebook back to a friend from school. They just live a couple of houses down the road, back in like 2 minutes. This was a Tuesday night, school night, of course, but she said she'd be right back, and this was about 9:45 p.m. She pops out the door back in 2, though 2 becomes all the numbers that come after 2. And she wasn't right back.
I ain't gonna count.
The grandfather then began to wonder. He opened the door, looked down the street as it was only lit by street lamps.
I can't see my daughter like I don't know, because when I was 15, my mom and my grandma, they let me go outside, feel me, and shit. Sometimes I used to run away when I was 15, 16. You feel I used to run away like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. But you feel me? Not no female. A female different. I ain't gonna count. For a female, they can get pregnant easily.
He went to this friend's house, Alexis, just a couple of doors down the street.
Can't be biased though. So.
Danielle was never there. It was the next morning that her aunt, her grandmother down in Atlanta, her mother down in South Carolina, they were informed that Danielle did not come home last night. The police were called immediately after.
Holy shit, man.
We are vanished without a trace. She's a student at Southview High School in Hope Mills. Investigators searching for the teenager held a press conference just a few hours ago. Brian Mims was there. And Brian, what are they saying about the circumstances surrounding this girl's disappearance?
Jackie, what they're saying is the circumstances are a mystery. Hope Mills police are working with Fayetteville police, sheriff's deputies, the FBI. It's a task force of about 50 law officers to figure out what happened to this girl and where she is. At home, a family waits, losing a lot of sleep, but not losing hope. Danny, as everyone calls her, was missing.
No one knows what a mother goes through when I feel in my heart.
Oh boy, gotta go through.
Danielle Locklear is a freshman at South School, a good student, a popular student.
Kick it down every day.
Wanted to believe that she'd simply ran away or was staying with her friend. Her boyfriend.
If you ever looked at me wrong, I'm kicking your door in. If you don't like me, I'm kicking your door in.
They actually broken up.
What did you do to help us fight? But you guys would cut a boyfriend, girlfriend, all that off. What's your current status? You guys aren't together.
This nigga so dumb.
How do you feel about that? At first, look amazing. And then
that nigga so dumb. He should have just said we together. That nigga so damn dumb, cuz. Now they gonna look at him as a suspect. I'm glad I was smart when I was growing up, man.
Just
Well, I hung around big homies when I was growing up. I got
What
a
died down, we just grew apart. I mean, I still love her. I mean, she's a good girl. We've done absolutely nothing to hurt her in any way, but we don't know anybody else in that.
So, where was she? Well, the day she had gone missing, the 11th, before she'd gone missing, she hadn't actually gone to school that day. Her family were completely unaware of this, that she had begun ditching school. They'd always heard whispers and rumors of this mysterious creek that all the kids hung out at. Maybe she was there. This was like a no-adult zone, but luckily, they found one teen who showed them where it was. And arriving at this creek, they saw something I would evidently describe as ominous. The word help carved into the dirt.
Oh, shit.
Danielle left this further on down the creek among the fire pits, clothing, just all sorts of shit teenagers leave lying around. They also found something even more worrying. A sock. Danny's sock. It was her night sock, one she would have been wearing as she was getting into bed, so there was no chance it had been left there some other time. She had been here the night she disappeared.
They heard she might have been down by the big creek that runs next to the neighborhood, a long-time hangout for teens. Her mom told us she found some of Danielle's clothing there 2 days later. Police, firefighters, canines, they all searched the area. Nothing.
The friend Danny was supposed to go drop a book back at hadn't seen her, though she had hung out with Danny earlier on the day she disappeared when she was supposed to be in school. And Danny, she said, she was in good form, she was down by the creek, she was seen on CCTV. She'd been with a few others, and it seemed like they were all having fun. So had Danny then met somebody down at the creek like later on that night, been down at the creek with somebody, went home, and then snuck out to meet them again? She hadn't seen like making out with some guy on that day, a classmate, a guy named Angel. He was cleared pretty quickly though, and confirmed to be with his family during the hours Danny disappeared. Seemed like she had gone out to the creek that night, and then vanished down there. The search for Danny continued, and days would go by.
10 days after Danielle Locklear was last seen, police focused their search on this wooded area near the creek where the 15-year-old's family heard she may have been when she first went missing. It's at her school.
I'm thinking about going to the military, but I don't want to leave you guys.
To help continue the search for Locklear.
The immediate family, the grandfather, they were questioned and cleared. The police then moved to Jamichael. They had broken up, and he said he hadn't seen her in a couple of days. They had been super close, even though she was 15, himself 17. They had talked about marriage and family. He was a super laid-back guy, her the more extroverted one, so they made a fine pair. But now they had broken up, and she was missing. Now, Jamichael thought maybe he knew where she had gone, and I'm talking Runnoft.
Because she was a very good grandma, and that's why she was supposed she really wanted to go back to something. If she's run away now, where do you think she went to? Close friend. The only thing I can think of. Told me and tried to
Shit, nigga, I was just running away, just to run away. I come back at the end of the day. Nigga, I get home.
Yeah, it's always the X. Even when it's not the X, it's the X. Accent. He was with his mom that night, and they confirmed it, that he was there. His phone said the same, that he was at home. He had been texting from his home, and that's what the data said. And there was no messages between the two of them. He also lived like 30 minutes away, and he didn't have a car. He was worried, and he was taking part in the searches for Danielle, so the cops moved on.
I hope he didn't do
it. The police investigated the school, any classmates, teenage shit, going on his own. Teenagers, one name kept coming up, a guy named Derek, and Derek was claiming he was like best buds with Danielle. Now, nobody else really knew about this, so why he'd be saying that was kind of odd. And one rumor that actually kind of began spinning around the school was that Derek had propositioned Danny, asked her out. She said no, he cut her throat in the woods and left her to die. When he was questioned by police, he said he barely knew the girl.
The only thing I know about her, white female, black hair, blue eyes, went missing March 11th.
Of course you'd say that. Of course you did.
And you did see her in school. Where did you see her?
That shot is fucking crazy.
Walking around the hallways. I basically said hey to her one time. And that was when I was talking to my friend Caroline. From what I've seen on Facebook. Very beautiful face. She was a very, very beautiful girl.
Was.
And more like the secret knows. No. She was a little.
Why are you using past tense?
She seemed a little too pretty. Kind of stand off. Yeah. When she stand off to you. She seemed like a goody good.
Goody good.
Honestly, I don't hang out with good kids.
I ain't never watched this video. Y'all know I'm previous watching my videos or nothing. This motherfucker did it. He's talking in previous time.
I do illegal things, and I know I do.
He's a real pops collar tough guy in the interview room. Watch it. Once again, though, like every other lead, he had an alibi. Or claimed he did. I mean, he had an alibi, but he erased it.
Well, he 1930, my dad left to go to a pool tournament. Again, I stayed on the computer, job searching. Between Facebook, job searching, and TV. So I was doing. I'm not sure if there's any history on
TV, man. What the fuck you gonna find on TV that say they heard? Yeah, but y'all gotta be for real.
Yeah, I have a real bad habit. I've had a bad habit of it ever since my last Facebook got hacked.
The hacker's getting into my search history yet again, so I always have to delete my search history. Yeah, Derek, I think most guys have that problem when they're home alone. Danielle's phone was near the highway. The onion on it, and it was moving fast.
Bro, this nigga gotta chill out, bro.
Then it stopped pinging. And that was it. One thing that worried him was that road stretches the entire east coast, from Maine to Florida. She could be anywhere by now if she'd run away or was kidnapped.
You know what I'm saying? I know.
The police did search Derek's home. They found a burn pit, knives, and a shovel with what appeared to be blood on it. He also lived near the highway. However, just when they thought they were getting somewhere, it wasn't blood on the shovel, it was paint. Derek also didn't have a car. Seemed like he was once again telling the truth, so another dead end. This story is full of people who are telling the truth, but it seems like they're lying. And then it's like, oh, okay, fine, you are, well, some of them. Derek was a bad boy, you know, much like myself, but it turns out he didn't know Danielle at all. He was just a shit talker who claimed to be best friends with everybody.
He's crazy, because I was best friend with everybody, boy. I ain't gonna lie.
We got she matters how her family's coping.
Nigga, Hispanics, white, black.
It was April 2nd, 2014, 3 weeks after Danielle left the home that night, that a call came. It was an off-duty detective, if you can believe that.
Yeah.
He just so happened to be driving to a fishing spot when he saw something floating in the water.
Is there a deputy that's close by with their binoculars and something like you're just not a body in the water? Right.
It was quickly determined to be a body, Danielle's body, wearing the same clothing as the last day she was seen. She'd been in there the entire time, and she'd been tied to cinder blocks. It was determined that she'd been strangled to death. A sock was in her mouth. It was the other night sock from the one end of the creek. And then someone had tied cinder blocks to her feet, and in she went. Something had likely happened at the creek, and then she ended up here, 30 minutes away. Something else 30 minutes away from the creek where it's believed to started was Jamichael's house. In fact, Jamichael's house was the same 30 minutes away from where Danielle's body was. In fact, Danielle's body was found here, and his house was like.
Well, I still love her. I mean,
don't you find that suspicious?
Straight up until we didn't have anything to do with her, just some parents. But when you straighten up until they get nothing to do with it. You know, the thing that kind of bothers me a little bit is you don't seem like overly concerned about what's happened to him.
That's what I'm saying. Boy, I be boo crying about mine. I don't give a fuck. We just broke up yesterday, bitch.
You don't seem
I'm boo-hoo crying. Bitch, I'm mad, sad.
Like you're a prisoner of war or something. Just
okay.
Answering questions. And I'm like,
oh no, he might have been the one that did
it.
I'm gonna pause because y'all don't like when I be talking so all over the video. But I'm trying to say this motherfucker ain't got no emotions too though. Or probably they both did it together. But I know the other dude was spoken in past tense, like he already knew that, you know what I'm saying, something going on. That's why I say y'all gotta watch how people talk. You feel me? When it comes to shit like this. Because they sometimes motherfuckers be telling on themselves. Not gonna lie to you. But this one, I don't know. He probably got the cake, no did he?
Sure he did. That's a concern. At least you're honest and admitted that. Because I've got evidence to show you, right? We got the message. I mean,
oh, you threatened? Oh, he's so damn.
There's something you're not telling me.
It is. And he threatened her too? Hey, please don't threaten nobody, y'all. Please. I'm begging you. I learned my lesson. I ain't
gonna say the hard texts between Danielle and Jamichael a couple of days before, and the texts were very mean, very cruel, and very threatening. She was trying to contact him. He was having nothing to do with it. He even blocked her on like everything. She kept finding ways to circumvent his blocks by using her friend's phone to contact him to try and tell him something. Why? He was taken down to the station again, this time with his mom. The police left the pair in there before going in themselves.
That body, if it is her, really hard to get down there. Somebody could have done it, but trying to frame you. If me and Mama know in our heart you ain't did nothing.
Tell you one thing, my mom be sitting up there talking to me in no goddamn no room.
That's gonna make you work.
Hell no.
Well,
Fucking
if there's
don't
nothing to do with it, but you're not going to be able to, if they have anything to do with it, I'm gonna look perfectly fine. We're gonna help you with it. Why did you tell the doctor? I was nervous. I'm nervous sitting here now.
He denied having anything to do with it. However, the police used the very same cinder blocks that Danielle's body had been tied to at his home, along with the very same rope. But they didn't arrest him. They didn't have enough yet.
You're saying you think I'm smart, dude? Yeah, I do think you're smart, dude. Why in the world would I put her down the street and I'm out of contact? When there's my home? Yes, sir. What found tell you that we found the rope that she was tied up to. And we all found the rope. Okay, your hands. Yeah, you are. Why shouldn't it? Because it has nothing to do with it. Why the same blocks? Why the right here? Why the polygraph? The evidence is not gonna lie.
Evidence ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Ain't no way it's two coincidences, cuz.
Look like a monster. You're not gonna win this battle.
They ain't pinning this shit on you. The evidence
He
is
had an
there.
alibi after all. There was mom and his grandmother said he was at home that night. They also said, yeah, he was home. But we didn't actually see him. We just assumed he was home. The friend he was with, who was also his alibi, refused to speak to the police. In fact, his friend lawyered up. His friend who had a car. It was just a few days later that Jermichael came in to confess. Or said he came in to, confess. He said that night he went over to her house to speak with her. His friend, who was also his ally, drove him.
I took my wallet and I threw it against her window. Yeah. She came out and everything and she got in the car. And we went to the creek. And we sat down and talked for a while.
See, the issue that they wanted to speak about, the fights, the everything? Well, Danielle was claiming she was pregnant. They went down to the creek and he told her to take a test in front of me. He did not believe her. And he said that if it came back positive, he would provide for the baby, but would not renew our relationship with her. And he said that's what happened, and she did not like him saying that at all, that he wouldn't get back with her.
That's fucked up, cuz. Y'all kids, man. She's 15, 17. I was fast, but I knew that I ain't want to have a baby. At no 15, 17. I was old.
I'm going to do what I got to do to step up and be a man. But I don't want to be with you at all. And she flew.
There was like some kind of fight, and whoa, I don't know what happened, guys. She just slipped, I blacked out, and he killed her down there at the creek.
And then she snapped on me. She touched me in my face. She slapped me and jumped on top of me and got all over me. So all I remember was I grabbed her.
I wouldn't choke a female, but I would.
Himself and his friend then drove the body away, drove it to near his home, tied
Chill out, bro.
around
I
her,
ain't say
and
nothing.
threw her in the river, did it near his home so he'd get back and his mother would see him like he'd never left.
She was making a noise. When the sock was being placed in her mouth, did she move at all? Move her arms? She was done. In the car. They're over the side, into the river. Take it to the grave and on the body.
The help scrawled that was unrelated to the death of Danielle. The texts sent from his phone showing he was home the entire time, they were scheduled texts. He had an app which allowed that. Jermichael and his friend Dominic were arrested and charged with Danielle's murder.
Damn, dumbass.
But what really happened? I mean, come on. No one believed he blacked out. It's not that he murdered her because he believed she was pregnant, and he did not want to be that because, I mean, why would he need to bring her down to the creek in a very secluded spot?
He had that shit planned. He had that plan.
Why would he schedule texts if he wasn't trying to hide where he was going that night? So he had to kill her. Then he would be free to go and do whatever he wanted, become a Marine, whatever. She was not part of the plan. The thing was, Danielle was not pregnant at all. So whether that part of the story is even true, we will never know. Jermichael pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, and in return was sentenced to 25 to 31 years in prison. His friend Dominic received 6 to 8 years as an accessory.
For 2 years, the family of Danielle Locklear has waged a fight for justice.
And he got how many?
To an end.
I can't watch my baby get her high school diploma. I cannot watch her get married. That's the only one I can get more children to Michael. And you took that away from me. You ripped out my soul.
Police say the 19-year-old confessed to strangling Locklear during an argument. They say he and a friend tied cinder blocks around her body and dumped her into the South River.
That shit was playing.
A month later.
There's nothing I can do there.
Man, shut your bitch ass up. I don't want
I do want to apologize for the actions I made. I know sorry wasn't good, but I do want to say I'm truly sorry.
I don't like light-skinned niggas. No way. Pretty motherfucker. But yeah, RIP to the victim, man. They been had that shit planned. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. They been had that shit planned. Ain't no way. Yeah, they only got 23, 25 years. I ain't even here to life. Unless when I edit this video, I hear to life. But I didn't hear to life, which is more crazier. You know what I'm saying? But give this video a thumbs up. Happy Friday. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the thumbs up bell. The notification bell that notify you when I post another video. That being said, see you when I fucking see y'all, man. Let's ride. Y'all be safe.